It's showtime, folks.
Welcome back to the Bhawkmemes post-game show. Hawks dropped 3-2 to Montreal. Absolute ass. Thought the Hawks deserved this one. I mean, yeah, call it copium, whatever you want to call it, delusion. But I thought the Hawks deserved this win. That's a tough one. That one just stings. What doesn't sting is this new little post-game setup here we got rolling. This is my old childhood room, and we've converted into a recording studio. We got the 2013 Chicago Blackhawks Stanley Cup winning team on the wall behind me. So, it's a nice little setup here. I think it looks nice. Definitely an upgrade. Something for you guys to look at too, so you're not just looking at me yapping. It should be a nicer looking screen, and hopefully the Stanley Cup Blackhawks team will manifest some winning days ahead, right? Unfortunately, 3 games in, and we still haven't got that W yet. I'm still waiting for that post-game W stream and recording, and unfortunately that hasn't happened yet. So, this is the second game in a row where I thought the Hawks were the better team. Like, I thought the Hawks were the better team tonight. Discipline wasn't really there. I mean, they're 10 power plays, and you could argue some of them probably weren't fair. I think for sure, but still, I think a lot of them probably were, and just the discipline just wasn't quite there tonight. Hawks versus refs, you could say that, but I mean, I think the Hawks put themselves in that position a lot as well. But it kind of felt like that the last game too. So I mean, even last year as well. Like, I don't know what it is where the Hawks just seem to take more penalties. But I guess when you're getting outpossessed and outshot every game, that's going to happen. You're probably going to take more penalties because you're not going to have the puck as much. So, but tonight though, a 10-4 discrepancy just seems a bit off. I'll go get into that more, but that's definitely the main takeaway, to get into it, is just the fucking penalties. Like, how many hockey games do you watch, and there's a double-digit number of penalties? I mean, 10, what is that, 20 minutes, probably more? Like, at least a third of the game. I mean, for the Canadians, like, 3-2 win, but, to get the last 15 seconds, it's like, I don't know. I mean, they went 2 for 10 the power play. I don't think if you get 10 power plays, you only score twice. I don't think you really deserve to win the game, but hey, that's just me. Hawks finally got to board the power play. They had a power play goal so far in this season. They got that first one today, so that was good to see. But they only have 4 power plays, not 10, so a 6 discrepancy there. But anyway, it was good. It was good to get back to United Center. It was good to see Blackhawks hockey back at the United Center. That's just the energy in that arena, the energy and the energy and the red carpet kind of entrance heading into the arena before the game was fun. The Centennial banner raising before the game was fun. Pat Foley did a nice job with that. Nice standing ovation for Troy Murray, Blackhawks legend. So you love to see that. Also, the first time we've seen the Blackhawks Centennial jerseys actually used on the ice. The preseason they just used the regular ones. So first time we've seen the actual Centennial jerseys, which I will throw out a hot take. I think they're mid. They're not bad jerseys. They're just not that different. You look at the regular Blackhawks jerseys; they just basically just slap the tan outline around it. You look at other teams' Centennial jerseys, like the Red Wings and the Rangers and the like. Like, they actually tried with theirs. Where it feels like the Hawks basically just took their old homework and just copy pasted it. Made a couple adjustments to make it look different. So. So it's a nice jersey. I like the details, but I wouldn't say, for a one-off jersey for a Centennial season. I do wish they went for a more historical look, but that might just be me. That's a little pregame stuff out of the way. In terms of the game itself, getting into it. The Habs, they were just able to draw these calls. I mean, some of them I felt like they were kind of rage baiting. I felt like they were sort of rage baiting the Hawks into some calls. I think Wyatt Kaiser and Connor Murphy were a couple examples of that, where they just kind of lost their cool for a moment, and a bit of a cross-check after the play, and the refs called that. So I think those types of penalties were fair. There were some others, like some hooks and trips that were they really hooks and trips? Did you need to call it 8th or 9th one when they already had 7 power plays? I don't know. Like, there's question marks to get into there. Like, normally I think in this game, it's like the refs, nobody could dictate a game based off of, what's happened. So, if we're going to the third period and you've already given a team 4 or 5 power plays, like, you're probably not going to get another one. Whereas if the other team has only had like 1, there's probably a better chance they're going to get that same call. But today it was just like everything was a penalty, man. You get a penalty, you get a penalty, everybody gets a penalty. I'm slapping the mic. Let's say my first time recording a video. Jeez, rookie mistakes from me, from yours truly here, adjusting to the new studio here, but new setup, but. I like it. I think it's got a nice feel to it, a nice aura, for sure. That was definitely, it's just the Hawks could have been a bit more disciplined, maybe get some different calls their way. Like, they probably win this game, and if they could have just lasted 15 more seconds, they could have won in overtime. I mean, me and the Hawks, lasting 15 more seconds, is the key. I'm just kidding. That was we'll have to edit that one out. But that was disappointing. Just the way to see that finish like that. Thought that game deserved overtime. Would have been the second consecutive Hawks game to go to overtime. Obviously, the Bruins one did, and that one lost in heartbreaking fashion. And this one lost in heartbreaking fashion. And the Florida one, less or so, but that one was tied until the last 10 minutes of the game. So the Hawks just love getting narrowly edged this year. Every game they just get edged by that position. So yeah, something they're going to work on. Growing pains of a young, inexperienced team, like that's going to happen. But for your home opener, you would have liked to see them take the dub. I believe I predicted a 3-2 Hawks win, and it was 3-2 Habs. So it is what it is. But I've been pretty negative so far. I do want to get into some positives. Frank Nazar, another multi-point game for him, 2 assists. I believe he's up to 5 points in 3 games. My Frank Nazar hot take that he could outproduce Bedard this year. It could happen. I still think Bedard's going to be our leading producer, but I said Frank Nazar's going to be right with him, and so far he's been ahead of him. So. Good to see a Nazar-Bedard connection as well. That was nice. A little shot from the slot there, and then a tip-in goal from Bedard. You don't see Bedard get a lot of tip-in goals kind of around the paint, so that was good to see him. You want to see him score goals in different ways, right? So that's good to see. Wasn't the only tip-in goal. Caulfield and the Canadians had a tip-in on the power play. One of the Canadians' few goals they actually scored on the power play, because otherwise it was useless tonight, and they barely outshot the Hawks, too. I'll check the shots really quick here. 28-22. The Canadians had 6 more shots than the Hawks tonight, despite having 6 more power plays. That's kind of shocking. That's pretty insane. Hawks penalty kill was good. Hawks special teams were okay. This was definitely the Hawks' best special teams game. 8 for 10, the PK, and they got a power play goal as well. 1 for 4, so you could like to see a little more there. But I thought this was definitely the best the power play looked. They finally got one the power play, courtesy of the Bedsy-Nazar connection that I referenced. And Sam Renzel. Shout out to Sam Renzel. Good to see him get on the board. That was a nice goal he scored there. And the Sam Renzel Calder run is officially underway. You love to see that. So Nazar had a secondary assist because, of course, he did. Then Turbo as well had a primary. So then Tavo and Nazar swapped on the Bedard goal. Nazar had the primary and Tavo the secondary. So, but no, really good to see Renzel get on the board. That first career goal. He should have had it last year. He was robbed a few times. Good to see him get that out of the way. And I can really begin his Calder chase now, right? Definitely his best game. He's gotten better every game. I think he struggled a little bit the first game because I think he didn't have Vlasic. Vlasic was injured, so he's paired with Matt Grzelcyk. But since Alex Vlasic has returned from injury and been paired with Renzel, I think Renzel has looked so much better. So you love to see that. You absolutely love to see that. And we talk about the penalties, but what about the chippiness of this game? This was a chippy game. This was a back and forth affair. There was a lot of feistiness, a lot of fights. Connor Bedard, man. This man is taking no prisoners this year. Unreal what this guy is doing. He's getting involved in scrums. I just see the look in his eye, man. You could just see Betsy has that villain mentality this year. He's not going to take any prisoners. He's not backing down from a fight. He's not getting pushed around this year. Betsy's not playing. Betsy is not playing this year, man. He's not letting anyone boss him around or take advantage of him. So you love to see that from Connor Bedard. You just love to see the passion from him. You love to see that. 2 goals and assists in 3 games so far, so a point per game. And he's getting more involved in an all-around play. He's getting more physical. We're seeing him throw the body more. I feel like his defensive play has been a lot better so far. I just think his all-around game, not just the production. I think his all-around game's been there so far. He's clearly put in the work this offseason. You can see it paying off. So early days, right? But no, I love the start that Betsy's on this year. I think it's the one we all expected, and he's been delivering so far, so you love to see that. Definitely had, again, another classic original 6 matchup. Nothing beats an original 6 matchup, man. Montreal Canadiens, Chicago Blackhawks, absolute cinema. It was another great game. It was another just awesome game. Just the energy, the excitement. You could just sense the hate in this game. You could just sense the hate in the blood. These two teams were just bearing down each other. It's you're hitting the hurt of the opposition. This was a chippy game. These are two teams that you could tell just didn't like each other. Nobody nice. Everybody was ops out there. So it was like watching Slapshot, man. That's what this game. It felt like a 1980s hockey game. There were stoppages every other whistle, and it was fun. You love to see the Hawks stick up for each other there too. It wasn't from this game, but from the Bruins game, which was also another game for a lot of brawls and stuff. I know Betsy was quoted saying we're not going to take shit from anybody this year, and they showed that again in this game. I don't know why the Hawks always seem to have a target on their back, but hey, you know what? They're not backing down. This young team ain't backing down. So I know everybody's going to be negative. Oh, they're 0-2-1 to start the year, 1 point out of possible 6. But, man, I mean, we've lost every game by 1 goal. Like, boo-hoo. Like, I mean, this team's been in every game. Again, we knew this team was going to be, bad, but they're fun bad this year. They're not a boring bad. They're a fun bad, and they're a young bad. So they're a future. They're a present bad, but a future good. Word salad there, but you could see the promise. Like, you could tell this team's going to grow, and it's only going to get better as the year goes along because they're going to get more and more young guys from Rockford and juniors, and this team at the end of the year is going to look a lot different than it does now. A lot of these veterans we see on this team now aren't going to be here, so the team's going to be even more fun to watch. So you're just going to see them as this year goes along. This team's going to get better and better, right? So right now it's tough. The results aren't there so far. New coaching staff, new systems, still adjusting to them, right? You could tell. Still figuring out what line chemistry, connections work, things like that. Still figuring those little kinks out. But you could tell every game is improvement, and they're going to get there. Like, they're going to get there. Like, you can feel it. They're going to get there. I'm not concerned about that in the slightest. I think the growth this team has showed already. Through the first week of the season is impressive. So, but yeah, no, I think that's definitely something worth pointing out for sure. It's good to see. But yeah, I mean, heartbreaking way to lose a game though. I mean, I know they did review that late goal by Caden Guhle. I just realized I got that wrong in my post. I thought it was Slavkovsky. It was actually Guhle, so I'll have to edit that out in my post. But yeah, Caden Guhle for Montreal. 15 seconds left in the game. Classic Hawks edge, classic Hawks choke. You hate to see it. Again, I thought the Hawks deserved this one, but I know they reviewed that one for, I don't know if it was interference. I forget what they reviewed it for, but of course, it was the Blackhawks. They didn't get their way. It was probably the right call. I'm probably coping, but I don't know, just in a game where it felt like everything went against the Hawks, it would have been nice to see something go for us, but that would be asking for too much. So, yeah, tough loss. You hate to see it. Really hate to see it. I thought the Hawks deserved this one, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, right? That is the way it goes sometimes, But yeah, no, we'll be right back at it. We'll be right back at it on Monday, I believe. I believe we're playing the Utah Mammoths, so we'll have a pregame and postgame for then. We'll see about tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll have a video up on tomorrow or not. We'll see. I may or may not. I won't commit to it, but if I can get one in tomorrow, I will. I'll have a question and answer type vid or something else. A prospect vid. I don't know. Might be something on cue for tomorrow. I like to get something out there that's not just a pre or post game show. Because besides that, the pilot episode's the only non-pre post game show up on here so far. So that's something I got to work on. So we'll get that up. We'll figure that out. But yeah, Hawks Mammoth on Monday. We'll break that down then. But I do think I might be going that game. We'll see. A friend invited me, so I might be going. So it'd be good to get back to the UC. Definitely miss that place, and it'll be nice to get back home. So it always feels like home when you're at the UC, as kind of Bedard would say. So, but yeah, overall, I think tough loss. Like, I'm not the most energetic in this one, just because I'm still kind of reeling from it. I guess one of those losses. I know I'm supposed to break the game down here, but it's hard to keep the emotions, and the emotions are playing more of a factor over logic when breaking down this loss, because that was a tough one. Like, it's just one of those ones that definitely got away, and it feels like could have easily been avoided. We could have easily come away with this one, but we sort of just kind of beat ourselves. So that happens sometimes. That's life. So yeah, tough loss for this Hawks club, but yeah, 3 games in the season, I'm not gonna tweak about it too much. Early days. So I like the growth I see from this young team. Bedzing days are performing well. Renzel, like all the players you want to see perform amongst the young core. Knight, like all those guys are looking good. Vlasic, like all the young guys look good. Like all the core guys look good. The vets, some look good, some don't. But I would say for the most part, the young guys you want to see play well are playing well. One negative from this game, I will say, I thought Levshinov was going to be playing today. In the pregame show, I just assumed it. I even put it on my thumbnail, but he wound up being scratched. So, yeah, that's a great look when facing off against Demidov's Canadians. So, yeah, it is what is there. But, hey, at least Frank Nazar had 2 assists. I didn't see Kirby Dach do anything. So, from that regard, I think the Hawks had a small victory there. But I'm sure Habs Twitter would disagree. So, yeah, that's. I think that's all I got for this one. Keep this one. Probably could extend this one, go longer, but I think I'm good. I think I'm good after that one. Yeah, just not the way you want to see it end there. But yeah, no, thank you so much for listening to this post game show. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I believe we just passed 300 subscribers, so I really, really, really appreciate that. That really means a ton. So I really appreciate the support, and yeah, just we're going to keep pushing it. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to make this product better. I think it's already making progress. It's not where I want it to be yet, but I'm going to work at it and going to get the editing skills up. The interface looks better. It's starting to look more the way I want it to look. We're not there yet, and I'm going to get better at this too. I'm still kind of getting used to doing this alone, so we'll get there. And we'll be bringing people in. Don't worry. I'll have help in my corner, but. Yeah, that's all I got for this one. Have a great night, and we will see you again the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, see you then. Bhawkmemes out. Bye-bye. Boop.